Sori.
That's Sparky.
Chilling in the back.
And it's a little sneak peek to our podcast, VinSoriality. So we're just actually gearing up to do one of our regular videos, which we're going to do right after this. And lo and behold, we found that Nicole Arbour is under some fire. You don't say. Which
is crazy because it was in our last video that I said something about that.
Yeah, you were talking about her. And you said something positive. We'll probably end up in somebody's video criticizing you for that.
Yeah, probably.
So apparently Miss Arbour broke the 11th commandment, which was thou shalt not culturally appropriate Childish Gambino's stuff. So, and you look pretty confused by the entire ordeal, or do you have a pretty good understanding now as to what's going on?
No, I'm still a bit confused by it because I didn't think anything of it when I saw his video and then hers came up in the
like 2 or 3 days later.
No, it was back to back.
Well, yeah, I mean she released hers like 2.
Oh yeah, but I watched it late.
After.
So once I saw hers came in the suggested videos, and then I watched hers, and I didn't feel like, obviously, but I'm speaking from a place of privilege because I'm white and I'm a female. So I was like, oh, that's cool, like bringing some awareness to the struggle. That's what I was thinking. And I thought she did a really good job with it, and I liked the way she did it. So
well, right out of the gate, lyrically, her lyrics, because rap is supposed to be about lyricism. At least the rap that I grew up with and the rap that I write is about lyricism. You know I'm a pretty lyrical dude.
That's true, you are.
So lyrically speaking, she beat him hands down. It wasn't even close.
Yeah, you were like, what?
yeah. I mean, she was actually saying something lyrically. The video that he came out with was obviously, like, you know, cinematically disturbing, and that was the point of the video. And I thought the video was brilliant, but I thought the actual lyrics. We actually did a reaction video to that thing. Because, you know, it's an easy way to get, you know, hundreds of thousands of hits on your channel, but we decided not to release it. It just didn't really fit with what we do as a channel, so we kind of passed up the opportunity to do it. So we spent the time and recorded it, and then we both kind of looked at each other and was like, nah, we're not going to release that.
Yeah.
So the video was great and it was provocative. I'm just, on a base level lyrically, she did a damn good job. She did a lot better than he did with actually using the medium of rap to communicate what her message was.
When something like goes like really fast and I can't seem to catch up with it when it's rap, I'm usually like, okay, and then he breaks it down, I'm like, that was really brilliant. So it was one of those, you need to break it down for me, but I don't even think we ended up doing that.
No, it was pretty straightforward. You know, this is America, got raped in my area.
Oh, that's right.
And all that shit.
Yeah, maybe I forgot what it... Yeah, I forgot about it. Yeah, that's right.
She was talking about the struggles of women in America.
Yeah.
Where,
I remember the nursing at the beginning. And I remember, like...
Yeah, it was a brilliant video. It was a brilliant video and a brilliant idea.
That's right. I forgot the content. That's absolutely
So you're saying you didn't see anything wrong with it because you were speaking from a place of privilege.
Well, yeah, I'm saying that I obviously can relate to her video better than I can relate to his, but he's black and I'm white, and I'm a white female, so what she was talking about meant more to me. Plus, I had seen like a clip of another video that where she was talking about how girls are always after each other, and how, like, she was like, I don't want your man and stuff like that. And I've never heard people like just come right out and like say, girls, like, stop going after each other and actually like be a team. And I was like, that's right. I'm like, that's good. And I've never heard that from other women, and so it was really cool to hear another woman feel that way, because I felt that way. I felt like, man, if the women would stop going after each other, like, maybe we could start like trusting each other and having some sort of, I don't know, sisterhood friendship or something. But it sometimes feels like an impossible task.
Yeah, and that was also brought up in the song about women coming after each other and stuff like that.
Yeah, so I think that I was also more on her side too, because I was like, good for her, you know?
So she got arrested by the appropriation police. The appropriation police came after her. There's a big backlash. She was quote-unquote whitewashing Mr. Glover's, aka Childish Gambino's song. She was whitewashing it, and TMZ caught up with her and she gave some apology. Now, I don't know how genuine that apology is. It seems to me that you know, this is funny.
I mean, I thought it looked genuine what she was saying, because she didn't say I shouldn't have done this. Like, she kind of seemed like she was saying I should have waited a little bit longer. She
said her timing was off.
Yeah.
And she, you know, her thing is she's not. I mean, she's made a video called "Dear Fat People." She said that she's made a video that says depression's all in your head, and of course.
Oh, really?
Coming from my background with the people in my family that I've lost due to depression, obviously, you know, I'm supposed to dislike her forever and ever. Amen.
Right.
But she didn't apologize for the Dear Fat People video. She made a Dear Fat People Part 2 and basically said, look, this is what I was saying. So she doesn't apologize for stuff. I mean, that's kind of her shtick.
Yeah.
But she came pretty damn close to an apology with this one, with the TMZ.
Yeah, I would agree.
And to me, it was she should have just said, screw all of you guys, in my opinion. Why do you think that she...
Why would she say screw all of you guys? She said that she heard the information and then she recognized, but her intention wasn't to take over the video or to make, you know, to take attention away from what he was trying to communicate. But what?
She didn't take any attention from the video. She's got 2 million hits, he's got like 100 million. What are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what she said.
Well, yeah, because she's falling under societal pressure. I talked about this in the Pantera video, where racism seems to be like, race seems to be like this giant hot button issue that people can't whatever. So now she got flagged by the appropriation police. Now she's got to be all apologetic.
Yeah, I mean, I'm confused, because how is that different than when the Black Lives Matter movement came out, and then all of a sudden people were saying Blue Lives Matter. Well, yes, we never said that police lives don't matter.
Not the same.
But right now we're bringing attention to Black lives, and that's the focus right now. So how is that not the same thing? Because he's bringing awareness to his struggle and the struggle of your people, and then she comes out with a video saying, well, don't forget about the struggle of women. How is that not?
Hey, I have a black daughter.
Yeah.
Well, there was a black girl. There were black women in the in her video.
Yeah.
So she was still talking about the struggle of my people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Under the light of like what happens to women.
Yeah. So is my daughter not my people? She's a woman.
Well,
you're a woman.
Yeah.
I've got 2 girls in this house. Those aren't my people either. The only people that are my people are black people.
That's not what I mean. Well,
that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to...
Why couldn't somebody use that same argument with the whole Blue Lives Matter or Black Lives Matter thing? How is that different?
Because the vast majority... Because in the context... Now, I'm just talking about the narrative here. In the narrative of Black Lives Matter, the narrative is that the cops have a history of systemically attacking black males. Okay?
Yeah.
And so when you think about slave patrols and the 13th Amendment and all that shit, there's a very, very good argument to be made for that. Mm-hmm. Because you have a whole history of police violence against black males.
Yes.
Well, what she's talking about is the persecution that women have suffered in this country, which is absolutely not analogous to the problems that police officers have suffered in this country. Women have historically been denigrated in this country.
Okay, so you're saying
black people got the right to, black men got the right to vote in 1870.
That's before women, right?
That's before women.
Yeah.
It's 1920.
Yeah.
Susan B. Anthony and all those guys, they were going with the civil rights struggle in the 1800s. And then, so there was kind of like a co-belligerency between the feminist movement and the civil rights movement. There was a lot of overlap, obviously, because you had black women. And so what happened was, when we got the right to vote, that's where the split happened, and it engendered some bad feelings, because we were able to vote, but women were still not recognized as full-bodied citizens. Mm-hmm. So people were saying, she was saying, oh, the timing's off. The timing is perfect.
Okay, so you're saying that if women were getting pulled over and shot in their car, you know, over nothing, like what's happening to black people, then when they said Black Lives Matter, if women came out and said women's lives matter, that would have been fine. Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is the analogy that you're making between her saying that, hey, this is stuff that's happening to women too, right? Based on the Childish Gambino video.
Yes.
And then, you know, when people were saying Blue Lives Matter versus Black Lives Matter, it doesn't work. Because what I'm saying is there's been a history of inequality and mistreatment of women in this country.
Yeah.
And women have had to fight like hell to get equal rights. Just right alongside black people. And if you look at the analysis, people were saying that she was saying she should have waited. She should have let the black folks get their turn, and then she should have talked about women's issue. Well, look at she should not, and she's saying, oh, I should have waited till it died down. And my thing is the exact opposite. I think her timing was perfect, because when you look at it historically, black males have been getting their rights prior to white women. Think about it, even now, think about it. We have a black president.
Right.
Do we have a female president yet?
No.
Now, granted, you guys gave us a fucked up, you know, candidate.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, you couldn't dig in the files anywhere, but I mean, look how Sarah Palin was treated.
Oh yeah.
You know, when she tried to, by Democrats, by the way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this whole idea, oh, you should have gave the black folks. No, stop it. Like, our movements have been intertwined, and there's a ton of interplay between both the movements. So this idea that she should have waited is historically incorrect. Like, this is madness to me. This is what I'm talking about.
Well,
like, the race becomes like the be all end all, and even somebody like her, who's basically the Howard Stern of YouTube, basically had to backtrack and apologize for something that she did that I don't think any of us realizes how historically significant those two videos are.
Right.
And
well, it's interesting if you say that black males got to vote before white females or any females.
Yeah.
And then you think of their video came out to bring awareness to that, and then all society is saying, hold off, you have to wait your turn, just like we had to wait our turn to vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable to me. You know, Hillary Clinton was running in a Democratic ticket about 10 years ago, and she was a clear front runner, and Obama comes out of nowhere and says, nope. You know what I mean? And a lot of it was the first black president thing, but I mean, there's some sort of, you know, male-female animus there, you know? And, you know, this whole thing about, like, these social justice warriors. First of all, this whole concept of cultural appropriation is insane to me. So cultural appropriation is basically this idea, and it's usually aimed at white people. It's never aimed at any other culture. But it's basically this idea that white people don't get to appropriate or embody other cultures. So, like, for example, somebody will say, you know, it's common parlance now to say, so-and-so is my spirit animal. You know?
Yeah, why are people saying that?
Yeah, and it's basically like they're my guide or whatever. And then I saw this big long write-up, oh, you know, I'm from, you know, I'm a native, you know, Alaskan, I think, I don't know, but, and then there's this big long, don't say that so-and-so is your spirit animal, or you're wearing a Bob Marley shirt.
Yeah.
You know, and you would probably get slaughtered online for rocking a Bob Marley shirt if you weren't sitting next to me. I was born in Kingston, Jamaica, by the way, so don't try it. But, like, it's insane to me, like, America's supposed to be the melting pot.
Yeah, but wait, please stop. I need you to explain to me what's wrong with me wearing a Bob Marley shirt. You would think that people would be like, oh, that's cool, like you're bringing, like, awareness to my culture. If I was, like, wearing it and making fun of people, then that would be different.
Here, let me show you this video. Okay. So here's a video that kind of went semi-viral a couple of years ago. And this is what happens when the cultural appropriation Gestapo shows up and does what they need to do.
You're saying that I can't have a hairstyle because of your culture? Why?
Because it's my culture. Do you know what belongs?
Do you know it was in Egyptian culture? Are you Egyptian? Nah, bro, you're not.
Are you Egyptian?
No, but it doesn't matter.
Wait, where's Egypt? Tell me.
You know what, girl?
Where's Egypt?
Dude, go. You have no right to tell me what I can have. Huh?
Where's Egypt?
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now.
Yo, girl, stop touching me right now. Come back.
Get off of me.
Come back. You put your hands on me, no where?
But you know, make such some shit because of what the hair I have? That's no reason, yo. I don't need your disrespect. I don't need your disrespect.
Why are you filming this?
Just for everyone's safety.
Yo! Yo!
There's the cultural appropriation Gestapo at work.
Okay, well that's just obviously
He's
wrong.
a white kid rocking dreads. He shouldn't have rocked dreads because dreads belong to black people. This is the same, but that's what's happening to Nicole Arbour. So basically, Nicole basically apologized for rocking dreads. That's what just happened. This is what I'm talking about.
Did that girl say at the beginning, do you have any scissors?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But essentially, that's what they just did to Nicole Arbour. Now, she hasn't taken down the video because it's got 2 million plus hits. I hope she doesn't. But, I mean...
Okay, I don't understand. Why is this girl going after him for... What does it matter?
Because he's appropriating her culture and he doesn't have the right to do it. That's exactly what happened in the TMZ video. They said that she was whitewashing the thing and she didn't even mention, like, hello, one of the centerpiece character in her video was a black woman. Was nursing her child.
Yes, yeah.
So, you know, this is ridiculous. But so this is what I'm talking about. So now even Nicole Arbour has to apologize and backtrack for appropriating culture. I mean, how far back do we want to go? Like, so am I appropriating culture by listening to black metal, which started in Norway? That's their shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
so now I'm appropriating their culture.
I think that this is crazy. Where is this coming from, though? Okay, I'm thinking that this is crazy. So is there something I'm missing?
This is this tribalism that I talk about all the time. So now, this social justice tribalism and all this shit, where now you got people that are insane, like this girl right here. Now,
and she was putting her hands on him.
She put her hands on him. She put her hands on him. What if he went, oh, you can...
And then she was saying, "You're gonna put your hands on me."
Yeah,
like, what are
then
you talking about?
Then she's like, "Why are you filming this?" We know why he's filming it, because the story would have been crazy racist white dude puts his hand on pure innocent black lady.
And then she went and touched his phone.
Yeah,
you can't do that.
Yeah, you can.
But she obviously,
this is America.
She obviously doesn't understand boundaries, man.
Well,
wow.
I mean, here we go.
Okay.
So now you should apologize for rocking that shirt.
No, I'm not apologizing I'm not apologizing for
Nicole Arbour,
and I'm not apologizing for saying that this woman is out of her friggin' mind.
Well, but how is that different from making Nicole Arbour backtrack on her video? It's the same shit. It's the same concept. It's coming from the same place. It's coming from the same mindset. You know, that's America crazy. Initially, like, we were celebrated for being the melting pot.
But that's the thing. Like, why are we looking at it in a negative way? Why isn't she saying, "Oh, look, here's this white kid and he's rocking our..." Let's say you could narrow it down and say that's only for black culture. Why is it that they can't say, "Wow, this is cool"? Like, that to me looks like there's like this coming together in a sense.
Well,
like, because would you think that do you think that white slave owners would have rocked dreads?
Right.
No.
Right. I don't think that kid's parents is particularly happy with him rocking dreads.
Yeah, I think that shows that he has more of a
cultural awareness and understanding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he said, "Hey, this came from Egypt."
Yeah, so he knew, right? Yeah.
So he knew. He did his homework. But you know, I mean, it's ridiculous. But this is the world that we're living in now, and this is why I'm speaking out so many times against tribalism.
Wow.
Because and this is what creates the angry white person.
I was gonna say the hatred.
Right. This is what stokes the flames of hatred. Yep. That somebody said to me.
That guy was just trying to mind his own business.
In the Pantera video, where he was talking about there was a commentator that said, if you believe in black power, you know, good for you. If you believe in brown power, good for you. If you believe in white power, then you're a racist and blah 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 blah. And I understand that it's not that simple, right? There are nuances to both of those. But at the same time, if the situation was reversed, this guy would have been, I mean, good night. You know, he'd have been lynched all over the place. And my thing is, America...
Yeah, because white people don't go up to black girls that flatten their hair or put the weave in there and say, "That's our culture. You better take that hair off."
Right. That looks... You're trying to look Norwegian. Nobody goes up to Beyonce with her straight blonde hair and says, you're ripping off of Norwegian culture.
No.
And if they did, they wouldn't make it home alive, literally. So, like... This is what I'm talking about. Like,
I wish she would rock her own natural, beautiful hair.
This is the bullshit that gets me mad all the time. Even at the beginning of the video, you're like, "Oh, I'm speaking from a place of privilege." No, you're not. The video about women you know, and all the shit that women go through, you are not privileged to have to go
No,
through that
I just
bullshit.
meant privileged as far as
I
I don't understand. I'm not
know what you
part
were
of the
saying.
black struggle.
I know what you were saying. You know what?
I mean, I get a glimpse into
You're
it
part of the
now
hu-
that, you know, we're together and we got kids and stuff. I see stuff.
You're part of the human struggle.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, there in any given society, there's going to be people that say, look, I'm woke. Believe me, I'm more woke than all of y'all
have
put
no
together.
idea.
You have no idea. My mom had me reading Marcus Garvey when I was 10 years old. I read Roots when I was 7. Hated all white people. Believe me, I'm woke. But this is
You don't
bullshit.
look woke sitting by me.
Oh, you have no idea. It's all part of the jihad. we can talk to Varg. This whole thing is an act of war if you talk to Varg.
Right.
But that's a different story. But I mean, this is just absolutely ridiculous. You know, America is the melting pot. Like, we just saw this wedding yesterday with this, you know, white guy that was marrying this girl from New Zealand, and they did this haka thing, and then he started taking part in the haka thing, and it was a beautiful, and that was a beautiful
And
moment.
they were crying because he was taking part in their culture.
Yeah, and of course their argument's going to be, well, they invited him into the culture and blah 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 blah. Well, you know, I mean, how many?
That family did. How do you know that he doesn't have some friends that invited him in?
Right, yeah, right. And I'm sure there's a bunch of New Zealand native Maori people that are like, oh, fuck that guy, you know, because there's bad history there as always, because you guys go around the planet and just fuck shit up. But I mean, it's ridiculous. We saw the beauty of that moment of this white guy taking part in this Maori beautiful, you know, ritual that he never would have done other than the fact that he loved this girl and he got taken into the family. And now they're going to create a new subculture when they have kids, you know, which is a combination of the two, which is God's plan. Mm-hmm. This right here is not. This is not.
No, this just encourages
ridiculous.
hate and more separation between.
This is tribalism.
People.
This is tribalism.
You know what's weird? Is like. It was the girl that was going on. The guy was just standing back there.
It's always like that's a template. That's for another podcast. But that's the freaking template with these people.
I thought that other guy was friends with the kid with dreads because he wasn't really. And then I was
just
like,
standing there all passive, being Anyway, so there you are. VinSoriality, episode 1. Bullshit. It's the name of this episode.
Bullshit.
Seriously, this is my swear.
No, we haven't started that yet. Shh.
Okay, we'll take that out. But yeah, let us know what you think. That's kind of where I stand with it. You guys who've watched the React videos know that things are a little bit more complex with me than just, you know, one thing or the other. But this right here is dumb. And the moral of the story is, don't be dumb. Vin out.
Sorry out.
Gone.